Hey guys, this is my presentation on the University of Washington's head coach firing scandal. It's for Kinesiology 324. It's Professor Gray, and my name is Ryan Neal. Thanks for watching. Alright, so I'm going to start with some background information and a little bit of a summary on the situation and the scandal that occurred at Washington to get you guys caught up. The University of Washington's now ex-softball coach, Teresa Wilson. She was hired there in 1992. She previously had coaching jobs at Minnesota and Oregon. Her record was, as you can see, 532 wins, 198 losses, and one tie. It's really impressive as a coach. She was the first woman to coach and play both in the Collegiate World Series. She was known for basically transforming their softball program into the powerhouse that it was and still is today. And she reached 10 straight postseason play and reached the College World Series 6 of those 10 times. In 1999, the Washington student athletes began being treated by the University of Washington's Medical Center. At this time, Wilson insisted on keeping their doctor, Dr. William Shire, as the outside team physician for softball. Complaints of Shire's dealing with the players began flooding in 2001. Dave Burton, the assistant athletic director at the time, tried having him fired for the allegations that were occurring, and then Wilson promptly stepped in and made sure that Shire stayed on the team as the consulting physician, which is a little odd. Allegations of Dr. Shire began in 2003. The state health department investigators began to look into the illegal prescription of thousands of painkillers and other drugs to softball players. His medical license got suspended in October after being fired in August 2003, and he had been found of improperly writing prescriptions in the names of different people there on campus. Here's where Coach Wilson comes into play. Coach Wilson denied knowing of any illegal medical practices performed by Dr. Shire. To reporters, Dr. Shire told them that a female softball coach had always known which players were being treated with illegal drugs. Wilson said to reporters also, "I don't think Dr. Shire would ever do anything to hurt our program." And then some player testimonies where that one player stated she was given tranquilizers and painkillers before, during, and after games, which would mean the coach would have to be aware of it during the game. Another player also said the athletes were given the drugs and then they were told to just be quiet about it, basically. After an internal investigation of the situation, what was going on, the university and law enforcement had come to the conclusion that Wilson, she knew and was allowing Cher to keep giving the players her drugs. She was doing this because it kept her players fit. Even the ones that shouldn't be fit to play, they could play, which had an upper advantage against all the other schools. And Wilson was let go of the program December 15th of 2003 with her contract not being renewed from the University of Washington. Now on to how this affects me in my future and my career goals is that I plan to be a physical therapist or an athletic trainer or both. The article ties in greatly to those plans and aspirations. It's a perfect example of what not to do in basically all situations as a coach or athletic trainer or doctor. From the perspective of the doctor, though, you should never go with immoral treatments that just allow a player to get ready when it could injure them further or give you an unfair advantage. So the article relates to the general topic, which is sports and collegiate athletes. In my future life, every day is going to have regards to these two aspects, no matter what job I have. The article is an article because sports exist. Without sports injuries, there would be no need for any of these immoral treatment or methods. And on to the legal side of how it's going to affect me in my future life is that the doctor wrote prescriptions and names of softball players, different athletic trainers, and the U.S. softball team trainer. We learned about liability in class and who's liable in situations like this. Being an athletic trainer can make you liable in situations if you don't come forward and admit the wrongdoings going on behind you or possibly that you're a part of. Being liable in crimes like this could mean that you'd be fired, let go. You probably would not find another job very easily. And also in our lectures, it was facilities. And with situations like this, the facilities play a role in where the treatments are done, where the drugs are administered, how they're taken, where they're done at. So learning about facilities and knowing how to prevent them also ties into the lectures that we've had. Thank you guys for listening. And remember, kids, don't do drugs when they're wrongly administered by a doctor.